G'day everyone. Just getting in ready for season 21 of Vets. We have a few weeks off, which means we've got time to do some rig updates. So thought I'd run through with some of the things that I've added during the off season. So you can have a quick look, see what you think. If anyone's got any questions about anything that I've done or what I'm running or how to help with the setting up of it all and everything, don't hesitate to reach out to me on Discord through the team. Now, the first big update that I did was I changed my shifter. I've been using a Frex shifter for probably 13, 14 years. And what a great little shifter that baby was. But thought it was time for a change. And one of my teammates contacted me and said, hey, I've got this new shifter from Moser and I really like it. So I thought, I'll give it a run. That is the Moser shifter, mounted to the rig on the 80/20, of course. Picked it up from PLE Computers over here in WA. $219. Now, in saying that, really good price, obviously. Really good price. When I first got it and installed it, after being used to the Frex for so many years, I got to admit I wasn't a huge fan of it. But I have gotten used to it. And I quite enjoy it. I've got to admit, I quite enjoy it. The only thing that I don't like about it is if you have a listen now. It is pretty noisy when you're shifting. I don't race with headphones on, I use speakers. So obviously the shifter's pretty close to you here. And it's just an annoying sound. You know, obviously when you're concentrating and you're racing, you're not really distracted by it or anything, but it is a little bit annoying. Something for you to be conscious of if you are looking at buying it, in that it potentially will drive anyone you live with a little bit crazy unless you're in a dedicated closed room area. Now, when I did buy it and install it and I wasn't happy with it, I did go and take a drive out to our friends at Racecraft to see what they, to test out their shifters to see if I liked them. So I did take a drive out to our friends at Racecraft to see what they had and to test them out. Now, the one I was mainly looking at that time was the SimMagic Q1S shifter for $500. Didn't actually have one of them in stock or hooked up to a rig, unfortunately, for me to try. But what they did have was one of these babies, a VNM sequential shifter. They're $600, so I did get a chance to give that a run. That's a really nice feeling shifter. Feels really nice. According to the team out there, it is a nicer shifter than the SimMagic Q1S. But when I jumped in and tried it, again, louder than that. It was louder than that, and they said that the SimMagic one was pretty much the same volume, possibly even a little bit louder, due to the mechanism that those shifters are using. So if you are looking at upgrading a shifter, there's some things for you to be acutely aware of, because as I said, if you in an open space and your partner or kids or flatmates or housemates or whatever hear that clicking off 25, 30 times every minute and a bit, they're not going to be too happy with you. Now, they did also have one of these SimMagic DS 8X shifters. They're $700, and they also alternate between an H pattern and a sequential. Now, I'm only interested in sequential, and I flicked that into the sequential mode. Really nice feel to it. Not as good as a dedicated sequential shifter, but still had a really nice feel to it, and it's quiet. So doesn't have the noise. So if you're looking for something to satisfy both H pattern and sequential, that's a really nice shifter. Now, I didn't look at the Q1 shifter, which is $700, simply because I didn't need the buttons, and I definitely didn't need something down that I can't see telling me what gear I'm in, which is down there. So that one didn't even enter the equation when I was looking at it. Now, what I would recommend, if you're looking at any of those shifters that I just looked at, I wouldn't buy one. To be honest with you, you want to wait a bit longer, save a bit harder, and get the Jinx. Now, I don't know anyone who's got one that isn't happy with it. And again, out there, obviously at Racecraft, you get to try them, which is nice. They're not noisy, and they're bloody awesome. So my recommendation would be don't buy any of those other ones. Wait until you've got the money to get this Jinx. All right, that's the first major upgrade and some opinions and product review for you on other shifters if you are looking. But you know what? $200, $220 for this unit. It's got a couple of buttons on it as well as the lever at the front, which is effectively just a button, is really good value for money. Really good value for money. As I said, it is having that annoying click as you go through it. Second upgrade I went to was adding another 2 bass shakers. I've gotten a bit obsessed with bass shakers since I started with them about 12 odd months ago. So I now have shakers left and right front, left and right rear, stuck next to the seat, one under the seat and one behind the seat. So maybe a bit of overkill, doesn't make you any faster, makes it a lot more immersive. Now obviously butt kicker's been the go-to and I guess the standard when it comes to shakers, but when you look at that, they're $650 for one butt kicker. Now, for a little bit more, I must admit I did add up the figures in my head during the week. I've got 6 bass shakers, the amps and the sound card and cabling and everything. Probably you ended up about $850 for it. Now, even if you needed 2 butt kickers to get that same, similar immersion feeling, I know the butt kickers give a hell of a bigger kick to you, a lot more powerful, and are purposely built for your rig, so they probably do give a better feel. But for 1.5, 1 and a bit butt kickers, I've got a number of my bass shakers. So what are the bass shakers I've got? They're these Dayton BST1s. If you want to buy them in Australia, obviously you can look at purchasing them overseas and getting them shipped to you. You can pick them up $109. They're selling them here at Wagner, wagneronline.com.au, $109 each. Or Elite Electronics as well, stock them and sell them for $125. And funnily enough, you can buy them at Big W online as well. For $129, they're only available online, shipping only. $129 includes shipping, and they're sold and shipped by Elite Electronics, this mob. You've got to have some amps to power them, of course, so I have 3 of these little Fozzy audio amps. Just get them through Amazon and from the Fozzy audio store direct. So you can power 2 bass shakers for each amp. And then all the cabling and the like as well, plus you need a dedicated sound card. Set everything up in SimHub. Doesn't take that long or that hard to do. SimHub's free. If anyone has got bass shakers or a number of bass shakers or looking at getting bass shakers, I'm more than happy to go through the setup that I've got and running through my bass shakers for that. The final change I've made in my brake pedal. Now, I mentioned previously that I had these MRP spring upgrades for my Huskenfeld pedals, which replaced the plastic inserts. Now, I initially had 2 blues and a green, and I've now changed that to 2 greens and a blue. So I've strengthened up by 1. I don't generally run a very heavy brake pedal, as a couple of years ago I had surgery to correct my completely ruptured Achilles. So I've always been a bit apprehensive about putting a hell of a lot of pressure through it, just more in the confidence of doing it. So this is, I think, this will be my 3rd or 4th season back fully after surgery. So starting to build up the confidence, a bit more strength in the Achilles and the like. So up the brake pedal stiffness just a little bit, and we'll see how that goes. Obviously, practice getting a feel for it during the off season. And that's it. That's all the changes that I've worked through during the off season. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Don't hesitate to reach out if anyone's got any questions about what I've got, what I'm running, or any advice on what I've tried in the past. Thanks, guys. See you all on track.